Hammers up, everyone. Towley here. The other side. Let's make a deal. Oh, yeah. This is a dungeon I've been waiting for. The BWONSAMDI dungeon. Max level 60 dungeon for Shadowlands. Currently in the alpha for testing. It's my favorite dungeon so far in the entire alpha testing. I love it so much. The story is awesome. We're here trying to get BWONSAMDI back his mojo. Which I think is another term for, I mean, I guess mojo is like his anima, his power, to be free of Mwazala. If you saw when we first entered the dungeon, he was kind of chained up. So we have to go through these encounters where BWONSAMDI, you know, kind of made some deals in the past, and now we're just collecting for him. So we're kind of like, you know, his, I don't know, like, we're like collecting his debt for him, you know? Like you see in some of the storylines, and wow, like, hey man, this guy owes me $5. Go smoke this dude and get me back the money because he owes me some money, you know. So we're like his muscle right now, trying to get all his mojo back. But in reality, it's kind of anima. So the first one, you can actually go. By the way, there's 4 bosses, including there's 3, then Mwazala. 3 bosses you can go in any order you want, which is kind of cool. First is gonna be Hakkar. So apparently BWONSAMDI made a deal with Hakkar, you know, for more power, so now he's got to pay up and you know pay BWONSAMDI back his mojo. We're gonna go get it for him. The trash so far is kind of like Spires of Ascension. Everything has a cast, everything needs to interrupt, everything needs a stun. I'm playing Frank the tank, my warrior tank, who is goddamn awesome. Oh my god, 5300 execute. God, it's so good. Execute on a warrior is just so sexy. And yes, that is me applying an oil to my weapon because oils now exist. A little bit of classic nostalgia for you there. They're pretty awesome. And these Blazestorm guys that need to be interrupted, stunned, they hurt, they kill melee almost instantly. And this is just a normal mode dungeon, so I don't know what's going to happen later on. But yeah, man, warrior tanking, a few changes. Now, you know, we have execute now. Ravager actually follows your target, so it's no longer like Ravager stays in one spot and you have to stay in one spot. When you put down Ravager, it actually just follows the target that's attacking you, or I think it's when you're attacking. I think you'll see it right there, and it'll move around. So if I were to like leap to the other side, the Ravager would follow whatever mob I'm attacking to that side as well, which I think is a great change to warrior tanking. Ignore pain, absorbs for more. So I mean, you'll see me hitting ignore pain a lot throughout the dungeon. It's just OP as hell. Now the Hakkar fight coming up is pretty awesome. I like it. I think it's going to be a big fan favorite when we get to Mythic Plus, or will it to be? I don't know. But you know, being that we're, you know, hey yo, BWONSAMDI, I'm gonna get you back your mojo. Okay, Mike. Okay. So I have the logs for these fights and the information below if you guys want to see how much damage. I mean, Prot does pretty good single target damage, not as much as maybe Prot Paladin, but decent enough. So when we pull here, he's gonna do a few ability. Pierced Barb is I believe a tank buster, if you will. Just keep up your active mitigation for that. Throughout the fight, he'll spawn a bunch of soul flares, and those soul flares basically will follow you around. They target you. You have little eyes on your head, and once that happens, you basically kill them and they leave a puddle on the ground. But they have to die instantly because they will kill you if they attack you for, you know, a very long amount of time. Eventually, he'll put up a shield and Bloodberry. You guys just burn through that shield and interrupt them. So I hit Shattering Throw here for like 7.1 thousand damage, which is pretty awesome. And once you break the shield, you interrupt the blood cast. I forgot what it was called. I think it was called Blood something. I don't know. I don't think we'll see it again because we killed them so quickly. And yeah, so just kill the ads. It's probably smart not to kill the ads on top of the boss unless you're the tank. See, right there, I tried to kill my ad, but I couldn't really get out of the poop on the ground. So I don't even think he got us. Oh, he did get a barrier off. Did he? Yeah, he got it off. That's son of a bitch. But it was a pretty fast kill. I think the Warlock was playing Affliction here. I forgot what Rakbar was playing. Kareem's healing, and Zakpar was a whatchamacallit, a Ret Paladin, doing some pretty nasty single target damage. But that encounter is pretty easy. I'm sure during the Mythic encounter, when we cover that later on in the future beta, we'll see that it is more than likely going to change a lot of the mechanics of the encounter. We'll see how crazy it is. But right now, man, I'm really enjoying warrior tanking. Right now, I'm running, I think, Into the Fray with Dragon Roar, Ravager, and what else am I running? That's about it. I'm not really running the Ignore Pain talents because nothing really hits hard enough for me to warrant it. We did wipe a few times in this dungeon. Some of it was edited out, some of it was not. So here we go. And now we're going to head. There's a BWONSAMDI being chained up while we collect this mojo. Oh, this mob sucks. The enraged spirit sucks. Yeah, he basically spawns like these ads and all these pools just start flying everywhere. It's literally a shit show. Also, these raptors also suck. You can see they leave a ticking nature damage debuff on me, and it hurts. It is like the underrot, not underrot, the King's Rest guys that leave the bleed on you. It's fucking terrible. Like you have to literally kite stun. These warlords also enrage, and you have to just kind of kite them around while they're enraged. And after the enrage is over, they'll die if they're at 1% health. So now we're gonna go into kind of like a quasi Mechagon. So as you know, the Manastorms, when we fought them in Legion, Maleficent Manastorm kind of just shrunk herself and disappeared, and she kind of ended up here on the other side. Now I'm not sure if these other side characters are the actual versions of them, or just like kind of essence versions of them. I'm not sure, but even you saw when we were in a Hakkar room, we were like in an upside down ZG, which I thought was a really good like way of representing this dungeon by Blizzard. So these ads hurt, man. Headless clients, discharge, you want to stun that. You can actually spell reflect it, which is really nice, but the amount of like magical damage they do is just pretty absurd. And the ad that we just fought, the dental drill, nice. When it casts Haywire, LOS it, just like you would LOS on the boxes on the second boss of Mechagon Workshop. And here we have the Frogger Dance. Now you can just jump over these guys. Usually a Warlock can put a portal down. You can leap over it. There's a bunch of stuff. I mean, you could choose just to jump. You can actually slow these ads if you wanted to. But so right now, you can just kind of jump over them, and they won't hurt you. But if you actually hit them, they will hurt. So you see me, I leap over, and now we have a lubricator plus a bunch of these headless clients, which kind of sucks. Self-cleaning cycle needs to be interrupted. It was not, but whatever. We got through it. And then the next fight is gonna be pretty awesome. You are fighting Maleficent Manastorm and Millhouse, and I like the fight a lot. It's good for DPS. I know during the first phase he casts Frostbolt, which can be spell reflected. He also puts down a totem, and if you channel the totem into you while attacking and the bosses or Millhouse, you do a lot more damage. So I try my best to get the totem very fast before any DPS notices, but most DPS that have done this with me kind of just take it away from me anyway. You'll see the Warlock kind of steals it from me over here. Not really cool, but let's get some cookies, and we go. Now honestly, Millhouse isn't even a problem. It's Maleficent that's an issue. So Frostbolt, I did spell reflect there, hit him back for a good amount. No one interrupted that. So there's Summon Power Crystal. So you can see I'm looking for the Power Crystal. There it is. I get in the middle of it. I should be doing a shit ton of damage. I dropped down my Ravager. I'm like, bam, bam, bam. And then who takes it? The goddamn Warlock took it, man. He took that shit. I'm trying to get it again. And that Warlock, man, wasn't even doing that much damage, bro. He was Affliction. He was just learning, though. It's all good. Everyone's got to learn. So Shattering Throw, just because I can. And now I got 2 beams, which is double the damage. I never tested it out. Just kidding. Now, Buzzsaw is literally a series of just pain is what it is. On my Prot Paladin, it's easy to keep up Shield of the Righteous, but doing it on my Warrior, I was having a little trouble just getting enough rage to just keep up shield block and ignore pain, whatever I currently had available. So even through shield block, it was destroying me. Maybe it's actually nature damage or something. All right, so basically the boss swaps between when Maleficent is out. She does that. She also spawns those robots that you see in the back, and you have to click on them before they explode. And you will get overwhelmed probably in a longer fight, like a tyrannical encounter. So you want to make sure that you don't have to deal with any of that. And now we're back to the experimental squirrel, which is there it is. The Buzzsaw still ticking off on me. So I think it's pretty much once you get them both down to like a certain percentage. Look, I'm almost dead. I even have a shield block up. It's got to be magical damage. There's no way it's physical, and it's still eating through me like that. I know the Resto Shaman was like shitting bricks there for a little bit. So did I loot, man? God damn it. Tally, loot that shit. So now we're done with boss 2. You know, BWONSAMDI talking about his true love, and he respects the true love of Millhouse and Maleficent because he once had his own true love. Who is it? I don't know. You know, apparently, you know, it was in a dialogue text. So now we got the mojo back, which is kind of weird. Hopefully there's a quest added to this dungeon where you actually collect the, you know, mojo and give it to BWONSAMDI for like a reward turn in. I haven't seen that yet. So here we go. More trashery. Now these cultists are pretty brutal. Like they cast the scribe, they cast a bunch of abilities, and they all hurt. It's all magical. Dark Lotus sucks, and you got the enraged spirit. But you know, usually the trash on these platforms are not that bad. It's only a few mobs. So like I said, I feel like we're gonna have to clear every single piece of trash in this dungeon to get 100% in a Mythic Plus. I know this next area is gonna be a broker. Another broker, which BWONSAMDI made a deal with. So once again, the whole point of the dungeon is we're collecting BWONSAMDI's mojo from him. We're like his muscle, and he's telling us, hey, go get my mojo back from these guys. They owe me my money. You know, break some kneecaps, you know, bend some thumbs. I'm pretty sure I die here. Oh no, I don't die here. I think who died here? Oh, the warlock died. So yeah, the warlock here just kept resin after he died. And then we found a bug, which I later reported after the dungeon. I think, who was it? It might have been Rakbar. I think Rakbar hit a wall and fell through the world. And I'm like, what wall did you fall through? And then I just kind of started jumping around the walls. And I'm like, oh, got it. That makes sense. I love it when I speed up the video and the earth shield is just spinning around me. It's a little nauseating. So he dies. So then I check it out. I'm like, oh, where'd you die, bro? I'm like, it must have been somewhere around here. Where could it possibly be? Let's see. No, then he dies. And what does he do? He fucking releases. The fucking warlock releases. I'm like, we have mass res. Please don't release. And I'm like, where is this place? Is it on this wall on the left? No. Ah, there it is. Fuck. Okay, now we're back. It's a long walk back. I don't think they've actually fixed the teleport spawn points yet for the majority of the encounters, because sometimes you die and you spawn right outside the boss room. Other times you die, but in the other side, and pun intended, no pun intended actually. And then you spawn like in the last boss's room. So I'm not sure what it's supposed to be like, but whatever. All right, so now we're gonna get through this. I'm pretty sure I do get it. You used to be able to mount here, and then Blizzard changed it in the last build, so they made it a little harder for you to cross through. So I made it. Warlock is gonna make it. I think he has it, and dead. All right, and now we actually battle res him. It's all good. We got this. So now we're in Ardenweald. So now we're going to collect the mojo off this broker. And this fight is okay. Pretty simple mechanics. Once again, we don't know what it's going to be like in Mythic, except for what we know in a dungeon journal. Now, the reason I'm jumping a lot is you see that little dust icon. Apparently, if you stand still or something, you get like you get slept for like 20 seconds. I'm not exactly sure how the mechanic works. I didn't bother to check. I just know that if I see dust thing in debuff, I just jump a lot and I'll be safe. But here there's a lot of trash. If you did have to make up any kind of percentage, it would happen in here, because you go literally from the last wing to Mwazala straight up. And yeah, I mean, I think I love the other side. I love dungeons like this that make you travel to different worlds within a dungeon. It's so far my favorite. It's so damn good. Hopefully the Mythic Plus version isn't as bad. Now with this fight coming up, what you want to do is pretty much you'll get like a little bomb icon over your head, and once that happens, you just have to step into one of like the little teleporters that the boss puts down. It'll toss you up into the air while the explosion happens, and you just mitigate the damage. Currently as a tank, I really don't need to move at all. I could choose to, I just don't need to. So I'm just telling people what to do, you know, when you get bomb jumping machine on the ground. So here is Zyexxa, dealer Zyexxa, who is a broker like you would see in Torghast. So we're going in. Hopefully, let's see. Oh, there you go. Dreadnought. And we're waiting. What are we waiting on? Avatar, Ravager, Dragon's Roar. Go. Yeah, I did a pretty good amount of damage on this fight. So, you know, ignore the little swirlies on the ground. Now, you see those little teleporters that just opened up? That's where you want to go in. So, you see the bombs on the players? I don't think he knows what he's doing. Yep, they almost all just kill themselves. Now, eventually, it happens to some individual players, but then during the fight, he'll do it to everybody, and then everybody has to get into a teleporter, kind of like the female boss in Atal Dazar, where everyone has to get into the thing to channel the, you know, the corruption to kill her faster. So that's explosive containment. I just pop rally, and I just don't care for the ability. Rack bar got hit. I think he tried to cloak it, and I don't think it worked. I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty easy encounter, and then he does a frontal. You just got to ignore that, and that's the fight. Pretty simple. So yeah, dealer gets wrecked. Got the pop ravager twice in that encounter. So now we're going to face Mwazala. Mwazala is a pretty cool fight. He does a couple of little cosmic abilities where he does puts a dot on a few players. The main mechanic, though, that he does, there's two of them. One is pretty much he will do like a 3 combo ability. So he'll either punch the left side and do an AoE on the left side of the room, right side of the room, middle of the room. He can go in any order. He can go middle, left, right, right, left, middle, left, right, whatever. And he'll do it sometimes twice in these encounters. So now we're up to Mwazala. We got some mojo back from BWONSAMDI. We think we're powerful enough to take him. And then there's Cosmic Artifice. So now in the intermediate phase, or intermission phase, sorry, we go into Shadow Reality. You're going to have to split your group up into 2. Left and right portals. I usually tank goes with a DPS, healer with 2 DPS. I went left side. So there's the 3 combo. Mashup right there. He did middle, left, or I think right, left. Now Shadow Reality, that's where we go into the portals. So you gotta make sure you're there, because if you don't get in there by the time his reality cast is over, you die. So in this little thing, you just kill the little Mwazala visage. Pretty easy to kill. I mean, I just pop, you know, a little bit of Ravenger, little Dragon Roar action, execute mode, and he's done. You click on the little grasp there. So those grasps are pretty much helping us release BWONSAMDI from his chains. And we all just go back. And then when we go back, we repeat. Now in this phase, I'm putting oils on in between. Now in this phase, same things happen, but he does the combo 2 times instead of 1. Now this is a burn phase right here. So you get like a bunch of haste and damage increase. So you see his DPS is just, you know, this is not sped up. This is normal real time. So usually you will go through only 2 phases and then he's dead. I think if you try to go to a 3rd, you might just be done in general. But that's the fight. That's Mwazala. That's the other side. Guys, I need to know what you think about this dungeon, because I am super stoked for this dungeon. It's like the only dungeon right now that I could do on the alpha over and over and over again and just not get fucking bored of it. You know, I do get a little frustrated with pugs on this fight because, you know, it takes them about 2 or 3 attempts to understand the Shattered Reality stuff or whatever. But yeah, I think it's a great dungeon. I like the story. I like how we're gonna help. You know, we help BWONSAMDI get his mojo back, and then after that, I just ate this, by the way. I was like, whatever. That was awesome. And then at the end, you'll see that there's like a little debuff on Mwazala that says, you know, captured by BWONSAMDI, or BWONSAMDI's captive like forever. And pretty much BWONSAMDI actually urges you to leave the dungeon because he doesn't want us to see what he's going to do to Mwazala after the dungeon is over. So, I mean, I just bounced. I don't want to see that shit. I'm a little queasy with that stuff, you know. So I'm here with the Warlock and the Rogue. The Warlock was supposed to take the other portal, but that's okay. We got a Rep Paladin in the other one, so he's OP as fuck. And that's it. We go back. At this point, I mean, if you have Lust, you could pop Lust. You'd probably want to pop Lust in the first one. Get them down as much as possible in case you have wipes leading into the second phase. But man, I like this dungeon, dudes. I like it. And warrior tanking has been really fun. I like the way they play. Execute is just such a good addition. And this is pretty much a GG. I don't even care about spending my rage. Done. The other side. The other side. I got no loot, though. Times change, man. Mortals never be as weak as you believed. Yep. Time to make the mistakes. And then... if you see here, I'm pretty sure I click on Mwazala to see what his chains say. Somewhere around here. Come on. Show it to us, baby. Oh, look at Kareem getting that loot. Getting that fat loot. But yeah, definitely, you know, subscribe to the channel. The more you guys subscribe, the more you support, the more I'm going to make videos. You know, give me that motivation, man. I need you guys to tell me that you want me to make more videos. And let me know what you want me to make. Because right now, I'm just doing alpha content. I could talk all day, bro. I'm Cuban. Soy cubano, chico, lo que es, tú sabes. And I could just talk all day about shit. Shackled by BWONSAMDI, captive for eternity. GG. Get fucked.